positive spin. Presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from around the world. On today's program, we'll learn how young journalists are changing the world. And we'll hear from young activists after the COP26 conference. Then we'll view I Am a Refugee video presentation by Global Citizen. And we'll hear children express what it's like not to have a home. After that, we'll experience the struggle of LGBTQ people to claim asylum in the United Kingdom. Finally, we'll join President Biden at the White House at a ceremony recognizing Pride Month in the United States.
Here at the United Nations headquarters, the world converges leaders, diplomats and activists from every corner of the globe.
I am a broadcast journalist from the Gambia, West Africa. I am a reporter, producer and presenter.
I am a freelance journalist from Bangladesh, and I am also a press trainer and press rights activist.
I cover diverse issues, but mostly focus on women's issues and children's issues. You have women facing a lot, such as sexual and gender-based violence. You have women encountering FGM. You have women being discriminated. Children as well. They're not very much empowered.
I have very extensively covered the Rohingya refugee crisis, human rights violation in Bangladesh, the press freedom, and also the modern-day exploitation in the garment industry.
There is little development when it comes to the freedom. You have patriarchy actually dominating. You have female journalists underrated. You have to be extremely resilient to be there as a female journalist.
Human rights issues impacts the people of my country very much. If we don't have any freedom of expression, if we can't ensure the refugee rights, if we can't ensure the rights of the climate refugees, it really affects us as a society in our development.
When I saw the program, I applied for it because I really want to have that exposure to the work of the UN. Having to travel all the way from the Gambia to here was quite an experience for me. I would say it's my longest journey so far I've traveled.
I was always interested in the works of United Nations. I thought this is a really nice and exciting opportunity, and that I could learn more about the organization, how it works globally and also regionally.
I'm happy that I will have the opportunity to go over international engagements, learn a lot around here, connect with fellows, because we are not only going to cover, but also we're learning from each other.
My primary focus would be to get as much as context possible that would help me cover the issues around UN, the issues like sustainability, the climate change, and hunger, poverty.
What are your highlights?
It's incredibly inspiring to see change makers from developing countries come together to address pressing global issues, especially surrounding SDGs.
I believe journalism is the most powerful career that could change, that could actually pioneer development. This is an opportunity, a lifetime opportunity that will reshape me as a journalist forever. Who knows, I might not have it again. So let me just explore the various engagements here.
It is not a secret that COP26 is a failure. What will it take for the people in power to wake up?
That's Greta Thunberg sharing her message with other youth climate activists in Glasgow today. As we mentioned earlier in the program, thousands of young people from around the world took to the streets in protest, calling out world leaders for the lack of action inside the walls of COP26. So tonight we wanted to go beyond the headlines with 4 climate activists who are there today and have been in Glasgow all week. Sadie Vipond is from Calgary, Leonie Bremer, Germany, Sofia Gutierrez is from Colombia, and Jaka Pita Kandaga from Namibia. I spoke to them earlier. Well, thanks to all of you for staying up late and agreeing to speak with us here. And Leonie, let me start with you. What's it like to be a young climate activist at COP26?
You know, we came here as Fridays for Future because we don't believe that the leaders will really change the system, but the people on the streets, the people power, this will change the system. The people here are walking around like headless chicken, like planless, and are not achieving anything. But we are here, the Fridays for Future activists, really demanding the system change.
Jacopita, what about you? What's the experience been like there?
For me, I basically just feel like it's been, how must I say? It's been good to be here, especially thinking that we have had previous COPs before. I honestly felt like even previous years following up with the COP, I felt like world leaders, they come here, they discuss things, but then they really don't implement their policies when they go back to their country. So I feel like as Fridays for Future MAPA and Fridays for Future International, we are just here to put pressure on our world leaders to make the right decisions at the COP and to make sure that they follow through with the policies that they implement. Yeah.
Sophia, what about you?
For me, it's a privilege to be here. And I'm here alongside with all our different 7 Colombian youth. But we are here out of privilege. We're here, but a lot of the Colombians are still in Colombia fighting and defending their territory in the front lines. We're here trying to make our voices be heard. We're here trying to tell our government what is really happening in our country, because no one is taking anything serious. Everything is presenting these amazing plans, but they're forgetting about the people in their countries. They're forgetting about the human rights of their people. So for me, it's a privilege to be here, and I hope that in the next COP, actually the decision-making processes includes the voice of those most affected.
Sadie, you're the Canadian in our group, and the only reason you're not sitting next to the other 3 activists is just the logistics of the buildings and the locations there. But I will ask you the same question, which is, what is it like to be a young climate activist at COP26?
It feels really empowering, really like I'm part of something bigger than myself. I am here to share my opinion and point of view on how our leaders have to look at the youth when making these big decisions.
So all 4 of you have in common that you are climate activists, that you are young people, but you're from different parts of the world. And Jacopita, you're from Namibia. Tell me, tell our Canadian audience, is there a particular environmental issue that is driving your activism?
Honestly, thank you for that specific question. One of a particular environmental issue that really drove me here was the situation of oil drilling and exploration in Namibia. Namibia is a very semi-arid area, and we really suffer from water scarcity. And one of the places that we really have water in is like the Okavango Delta. But then for some reason, Recon Africa, a Canadian company by the way, and our government, they are trying to drill for oil in this area, and it's a very delicate area because it has so much, it has water, it has all these ecosystems, and a lot of people depend on this area. So I feel like one of the reasons why I'm here today is just to fight to save the Okavango Delta and to stop like the oil exploration in this area.
As I understand it, you have been involved, all of you have been involved in demonstrations in Glasgow and in your home countries as well. And Sophia, I'm told that in Colombia, it can be dangerous to be involved in demonstrations. Tell us a little bit about that and why you continue to be part of visible protest back home.
We have two scenarios. So the first scenario is those of us who can dream of going back home after a protest, those of us who can try to get home after being in a hot zone. In a hot zone, I mean police brutality and people disappearing, gas getting in near us, into our eyes, into our skin, and that's a privilege for us. That's the privilege of a protest, to be in a protest and dreaming of going back home. But for those in the front lines, they don't have that privilege because the war is in their homes. The conflict is directly in their houses, and if they don't answer to, like, if they react, they can get killed.
Sadie, you're just 15 years old. Any surprises for you at COP26?
Well, it's been all very overwhelming, and I have been learning so much, and I have met so many inspiring people, and yeah, I'm just here to talk to anyone who wants to talk to me and learn as much as I can, and it's a really, really unique experience.
And Leonie, let me finish with this. You've been involved in the environmental movement for relatively long time. You have some experience. I mean, you're obviously quite young still. Realistically, what do you hope will come out of your involvement and the other people who are at the table, their involvement at COP26?
You know, we are talking so much about system change and listening to indigenous people, listening to most marginalized people. But what we see here at COP especially is that white people are in the power positions saying that they will do something about the climate. But literally, if we want to change the system, which we need to solve the climate crisis, we need to have MAPA, most affected people and areas, marginalized people in power position. Otherwise, we would copy the same mistakes, and this would just replicate the system that has led to the crisis.
Well, thanks to all of you for speaking to our Canadian audience and for explaining your perspective on COP26. Thank you.
Thank you.
No one wants to become a refugee.
People don't want to be a refugee, but they have no choice. If they don't become a refugee, they might get killed or they might be persecuted.
Many people, they leave the country because some groups starting killing each other. Seeing people dying in the streets and hearing guns and seeing people being killed.
Plus the bombing on a daily basis.
It was so horrible.
I miss my whole life. It's not easy to leave the people that you love.
We can't say that, all of them are like terrorists.
If the person don't speak your language, you think whatever you think about them, you think maybe they're bad.
They look at just like 1% of all the Muslim, and they thought that all the Muslim like this.
Those people didn't build America, but the refugee and the immigrant built America.
The refugee is a refugee. They have been screened so much before they came to the United States. They say like, oh, it's easy for you, you're a refugee because they don't deduct your taxes, which was not true. So I was working the same, and the taxes were deducted from my paycheck.
Most refugees, they came here, they have a very low-scale job, they do it.
All of us working for this community.
A lot of people who come as refugee has a lot of businesses and hire a lot of people.
After a couple months, I start my small business there. I like both jobs. I like him so much. Even when I'm tired sometimes, but I feel happy when I go to my work.
I decided to join the armed forces. So that way, the only way I can pay back to those wonderful people who brought me to here.
It's not about the Muslim or Christian, it's about the people. Not all the people the same, it's not about the religion.
If all the refugees were to leave, if all the Mexicans were to leave, if all the Puerto Ricans were to leave, it'll be the black people that are the problem. And if all the black people were to leave, it'll be the Italians.
We all came refugee one time, right? But I think the only people who can say we're not refugee maybe the native Indian, right?
This is what America is, right? We are America of immigrants and refugees and all the people, melting pot for all people, and I don't see a reason why we should stop now.
I'm Nadine Youssef, I'm from Iraq.
I'm from Somalia.
I'm a refugee.
I am a refugee.
And I am a global citizen.
What is your name?
Me, my name is Mama. My name Hatem, my name Muhammad.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Ned.
Hello.
I'm just going to ask you 4 questions, all right? What is the one question you would ask to a refugee the same age as you?
What does it feel like to not have a home? بابا يخوف بس تصير ظلمة هون ما يشعلون لنا الأضوية.
Not good because we sleep in tents.
I would probably ask what was their life like before this happened to them.
بالبيوت يعني بيتنا بالسورية كانت يعني كان حياتنا رائع.
Are you nice and warm?
You think they might not be warm where they are?
I don't think so. زمستون خل ساداوش جوبه. Are you okay?
يعني هون منيح بس ممتع. يعني بنروح بنلعب وبنكيف.
What do you do? في زلمة جايب بسكليتات كتير بيستأجروا الأولاد ويصيروا يلعبوا صباح. What's it like in the war?
بالسوريا هلا عم ياخدوا ما بعرف يعني حدا أخي بياخدوهم بيعطوهم سلاح بيقولوا انتوا لازم تهاجموا ما بعرف.
How did you escape? في الصفراء أوروبا فتنا على بلاد كتير والله مو.
If you had a wish that would come true, what would it be?
Maybe to fly.
Oh, sweet.
100 ice creams. Football. وأنا باخدهم ببره یه خونه خیلی بزرگه جای راحت همون و بشگرم
هدفي ما عم بخوينه
نطلع مرة علي سفرتي كلها بالدير والله يا عين.
What's your message to one of them the same age as you?
Come here and live with us forever. You were very brave to run away from the bomb. I might visit you sometime. But bye-bye for today.
I really hope you have a happy life, a lot like mine, and you can do what you want to do. And
if you're travelling, to try and think that there might be something at the end of the rainbow.
I claimed asylum because I feel myself very free in UK and I really love to live here as what I am.
In Pakistan, Zain hid that he was transgender. It was only when he came to Scotland this year on a student visa that he began openly living as a man. He's now quit his course, moved to Birmingham, and is claiming asylum.
I know my family, they are very religious.
So is it persecution that you fear, or is it discrimination?
I am not fleeing because of persecution, but when I told back to my home about my situations, that I am living openly here and I am very happy here, at that moment I really very badly threatened from them.
In West London, Mansour has been waiting for 6 years for a final decision on his asylum application. In his home country, Bangladesh, being gay is criminalised, but his claim has been repeatedly rejected.
My first court judge said that because I'm manufacturing about my sexuality, but I really don't understand how I'm going to be manufacturing about my sexuality.
Mansour and Zain are supported by Mazia Shirali, who runs an organisation for LGBT asylum seekers and disputes any suggestion that some pretend to be gay.
From the background that I came from, it is not easy for yourself to label yourself what puts you in trouble.
But with the asylum backlog at a record high, some agree with the Home Secretary that distinctions need to be made.
We can't tell whether or not these claims being made are legitimate, and we can sense from the overall numbers with which we're having to deal that something's gone wrong in the whole system.
Just hours before the Home Secretary spoke, the body of a 24-year-old Eritrean woman was found on a beach near Calais. People remain desperate to reach the UK, despite the warnings from politicians about what might happen when they get here. Becky Johnson, Sky News.
To the White House. We know that this year's Pride is caught between the push and pull of progress. Outside the gates of this house are those who want to drag our country backwards, and so many battles yet to be brave. But today, we're not here to be strong, we're not here to be courageous, even though for so many of you, just coming to this event is an act of bravery. Today, we are here to find joy.
And last December, we felt such pride here in the South Lawn when I signed the historic Respect for Marriage Act. It protects the marriage of same-sex and interracial couples. But for all the progress we made, we know real challenges still remain. When a person can be married in the morning and thrown out of a restaurant for being gay in the afternoon, something is still very wrong in America. That's why the Congress must pass and send me the Equality Act to codify protections for the LGBT community. I recognize for a lot of folks across this country, maybe it's not you, your kid, your family member, going through whatever a transgender child and family's going through. But I think we all agree, if it were you, you'd want the space to figure it out with your family and your doctor, not being told by anybody. I want to send a message to the entire community, especially to transgender children. You are loved. You are heard. You are understood. And you belong.
My name is Valerie Conseja from B Cafe of Brazilium, and
Peace to me is no negativity, just love. Peace.
Name is Roderick. What peace means to me? Peace means being comfortable, being in your own shoes, just being at peace with yourself. Peace.
Hi, my name is Leia, and for me, peace comes from love. Without love, there's no peace.
Hi, my name is Kathy, and peace for me, what is peace for me? Let music be a part of your healing process, where peace really comes from. Peace.
Hi, my name's Marie McCarthy, and what peace means to me is where every person, every human being can actually get along and care for one another and find to be more helpful to someone else other than themselves. It's not to be so self-centered and know that there's a bigger world out there, and if we all treated other people with kindness, then the world would be a better place. Peace.
For hello, I'm Ana Delarino, server here in Filling Station. For me, peace is love. Peace is forgiveness. If you have peace in yourself, within you, you have a peace of mind, and happy people always have a peace in life.
Thank you for watching Positive Spin. This show is made possible through the generosity of the Patty and Jack Wright Foundation and the Prem Rawat Foundation. Watch and subscribe to our previous episodes on YouTube. Please like us on Facebook. Follow us on Free Speech TV, Roku, Sling, DirecTV, Dish Network, and Apple TV. I'm Bill McCarthy. Stay safe and healthy, and remember, everyone can create their own positive news.